Jimbo's Garage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Jimbo's Garage. Well, today I got a pretty interesting project. I had one of my followers from Instagram get a hold of me and ask me if I'd be interested in making a project with them. Basically what they are two sliding door frames for interior of a house. They're going to be hung on barn door type sliders, and I'm going to be making about a 2-inch square tube with some dividers in between. He's going to put some glass in between it and powder coat it. I'm looking forward to this project. Let's get started. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is get everything cut to length what I'm needing here. This is a 2-inch square tube, 063 wall thickness. It's heavy duty, but yet thin wall enough to make it somewhat light. These are going to be some decent sized doors, roughly 3 foot by 6 foot, and I didn't want anything too heavy. They are going to be hanging. So this is what we came up with, and once I got everything all cut out, took it over to the Burr King, just deburred everything. Then it was time to start welding the frames together. I just stuck it in the corner vise right here and got everything clamped together, and the corner vise holds everything right true to 45. Fired up the ProPulse 200, went through the settings, selected the settings I was going to use. I believe it's just standard MIG, 30 thousandths wired, no pulse, and then I'm ready to get going. Now, a lot of times what I do is I'll just tack all 4 corners together, and that's what I did right here. It's got it all tacked, and then I'm just showing right here me going through it and welding everything out all the way through. Again, these are going to be welded all the way around, and then I'm going to ground everything nice and flat. I'm taking some time in grinding this because this is going to be supposed to be nice and smooth. It is going to be powder coated, so I don't want anything rough or bumpy or any welds sticking up. I wanted everything nice and smooth and flat. And then this is the dividers that I'm putting on the inside. 2 of the panels are going to have glass. One of the panels is going to have like an 18 gauge metal panel in it. This is just the design that the contractor had come up with. Once I put the dividers in right here and got everything evenly spaced out, I just welded them in. Definitely important to check for square right here, that everything is nice and square, because I'm not the one installing the glass, and this thing's got to be cut perfectly, and those glass panels have got to drop right in there. This here is some 1/2-inch angle iron, and this is what I chose. The contractor asked for some of my help here and what I think would work good, and this is what I come up with right here that is going to hold the glass and the metal panel in place. A lot of times I 45 my corners, and a lot of times I notch them like this, and it all depends on the application. In this situation, I wanted to just use a notching method rather than the 45s. I use both methods, but this is what I used on this one right here. It seemed to work pretty good. And then once I got everything all cut, and I just tacked everything in the corners on the front side first, and be sure everything was nice and secure. Once I did that all the way around, then I went ahead and welded all the way out on the back side. I just put here, before I did that, I just put a little tack up in the corner. You can see right there. I didn't want to get too carried away. And then here it is on the back side, and about every 6-8 inches, just a short little 1-inch bead is all it's going to take to hold that angle iron in place. And once that's done, flip it around, we'll be ready to go. Looks pretty aesthetically nice right there from the back side. All those little beads in there, pretty cool. All right, we're getting really close to being completed here. This is one of the 2 frames. The last thing here is to get the sheet metal panel. And I had this sheared at my metal supply store. I wanted it absolutely perfect, and it was. It just dropped right in. Now this is the front side of the panel. I don't want to have a lot of welds here, so I just bumped it pretty much in the corner, and one somewhere right around the middle, and that's all I needed. I didn't want to have a lot of welds looking through the front. So the contractor asked me to make a couple handles for this. I left it to my discretion to do. This is a contemporary type of look, so I just come up with some 5-inch square tube right here that I had left over, and just going to make a square handle, roughly about 12 inches long. He said that would be perfect for the doors that we've got going on here, and that's what I did right here. My hands are fat and hard to work with, and this is small little small little pieces trying to piece together. I'm making a couple small 45s right here that I've got to try to weld in square, and it was a little bit of a challenge. It took a little bit of time for such a small little piece. It was pretty time consuming, but anyways, I managed to get it done. You can see right here, trying to hold it in place, and with the glove, trying to weld it and keep everything square. It was a little bit of a challenge, but ultimately it was a success. So I had 2 of these to make, and pretty much the same thing. And once I got them all welded out, I took the flap disc and was able to grind everything down nice and flat. Again, wanted that nice flat look. Didn't want to have any welds visible. And then there they are. That's what they look like. Only thing left to do is just get them welded into place. And that's what we're doing right here. I was really trying to be careful. I didn't want any spatter on here. I wanted everything nice and clean. This is going to be. There's nothing I can do about these welds. I didn't want to grind anything. I just wanted to have these things nice and clean all the way around. So it took my time and got everything nice and smooth all the way around. It worked out really good. Well, the only thing left was to get the rolling hardware on, which I did not have. The contractor brought them with him when he came and picked up the doors. I quickly welded them on the spot, and then he took them with him. But it was a great little project. Here they are installed with the glass in and powder coated. Looks great. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more video.
See you next time on Jimbo's Garage.